In this lecture, we'll be taking a look at window functions. Window functions operate on a set of rows and return a single aggregated value for each row. The term window describes the set of rows in the database on which the function will operate. We define the window, the set of rows on which function operates, using an over clause. Now you can think of functions as predefined programs and you use them to perform operations on data. They let you do things like aggregating data, formatting strings, extracting dates, so on and so forth. So Windows functions are SQL functions that enable us to perform operations on a window. That is a set of records, right? Before we go into the syntax of Windows functions, let's have a look at the categories of Windows functions. There are a lot of functions that exist in SQL, but they are primarily categorized in three different types. You have aggregate Windows functions, value Windows functions, and ranking window functions. Aggregate functions are used to perform operations on set of rows in a window. They include sum, max, count, and other functions like average. Now the rank functions, as the name suggests, rank window functions, are used to rank windows. They include rank, tens rank, row number, and others. Now value functions are like aggregate functions that perform multiple operations in a window, but they are different from aggregate functions. They include things like lead, lag, first value, and others. We'll see their usefulness later on in this section. Alright, so let's go over the syntax piece by piece, right? So you have the window function, then you have over, then you have the partition by list, and then you have the order by list. Now the window function simply specifies the window function. Now all is an optional keyword. When you include all, it counts all the values, including duplicate ones. Distinct is not supported by Windows functions. Now expression is simply the target column that the function operates on. In other words, the name of the column for which we need an aggregated value. So for example, a column containing order amount so that we can see the total orders received. The hover specifies the window clauses for the aggregate function. Now the partition by partition list defines the set of rows on which the function operates for the window functions. You'll understand this better when we are doing the practical, right? So we need to provide a field or list of fields after the partition by clause. If the partition by is not specified, grouping will not be done on the entire table, and values will not be aggregated accordingly. Order by sorts rows within each partition. If order by is not specified, order by uses the entire table. In the next lecture, we'll be taking a look at some examples using window function.